Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is Vinny Borelli. It's Make It Happen Monday, the first one of 2022. Thank you for joining. For those of you that didn't listen in last night, Significant Sunday was the first of many. But again, this year, we're going to try to do something different. We're going to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more impactful on my messaging. But tonight, the disciplines I want to talk about are just really that, the disciplines. And if you haven't got my book, Personal Prosperity Blueprint, come on now, it's 2022. Get the book. It's only $20, but in the book is a chapter on preparation and discipline. And with that being said, the 4 disciplines I'd like to talk about tonight that I've created in my own educational development and progression, if you will, to be successful and to get my dreams and make my desires become a reality. 1 is the scorecard on yourself. 2 is accountability to yourself. 3 is focusing on your goals and your desires, your passions, not everybody else's. And 4 is the plan you create, actual execution on that plan. Like, how do you execute on your plan? So, to dive in just a little deeper, 1, we all keep, tabs, scorecards on everybody else. We got memories and events of the past we keep tabs on. We keep everyone else, on a scorecard of what they've done to us. If there was something they did negative or positive, we remember that and keep that scorecard. So what about your own scorecard? Tonight, I know that in a little bit here, the Steeler game is going to be on, and we all know the scorecard and the players, specifically Ben Roethlisberger might be his last game or whatever it is, but irrelevant. What's relevant is your own scorecard. Win or lose, Super Bowl or not, how are you going to win the Super Bowl of your life, of your goals, your desires? So again, number 1 discipline is keep the scorecard on yourself. 2, accountability. Like, what is the cadence you have? Magna cum laude, whatever it is you want to get to. But yet, if you don't get the A, you don't hold yourself accountable for not studying. So think about that for a second. Accountability to yourself, to your own goals. What are you doing to achieve those things you want to get? Stop holding other people accountable. We all want a guarantee in life on certain things, but we don't hold ourselves accountable. We want a 30-day guarantee on this. We want warranties. But what is the warranty on yourself? What 30-day guarantee do you give yourself that if you don't hit those goals in 30 days, what's going to be the punishment? But what's going to be the reward if you do? So, and number 3, let's move on to focus. Focus really is, what are your priorities? Do you have the background noise that's just affecting your life every day? Do you get up and focus on the goals and your dreams and focus on leaving all the distractions behind, no matter what they are? Social media, football, again, just the news in itself. Or are you focusing on, like, every minute of the 24 hours you have? Are you focusing on everything that you want and doing everything in your power to get to those? That's all straight focus. And then lastly, creating that plan that I always talk about, that GPS, that navigation, to write down where you are today to where you want to go. What are you doing to execute on that plan? Again, it rolls right back up into 1, 2, and 3. Keeping a scorecard, focusing on those dreams and desires. Like, I wake up every day intentional, deliberate, with intensity on what I want to do, what I want to accomplish. And you can't let other things come into that, because it's going to come. Tons of stuff's going to come. Listen here. Look at this. You're going to have every day that you wake up, if the first thing you do is not focus on what to do during that day, those goals, that meditation, that 20 minutes, 5 minutes, prayer, however you start your day. If you don't do that and you start with news or you start with social media, you already threw your plan off, right? As I say, the tempo is one of my chapters. Set the tempo of your day. You already threw your tempo off. A fighter gets in the ring and doesn't think about all the things that are going to come at him. He thinks about the plan he has to execute and setting the tempo of his own agenda, what he has. So what's your agenda for every day? So, again, the boom at the end of each one of my chapters, and for this particular evening on the disciplines is, it's kind of a rhetorical question, if you will, but who can hold you accountable if you can't hold yourself accountable? And there's times where I used to have an accountability partner. I don't anymore, because a lot of guys, when I say, you want to do this, let's get up at 5:30. I'll call you at 5:30, and then you call them, and then you get they'll answer maybe, and then go right back to sleep, or they won't answer at all. So maybe you need an accountability partner, maybe you don't. I'm available to help any of you if you'd like. If you reach out to me via my website, vinnyborelli.com, or my cell phone's on there. And we made it through 2021 despite all the pandemic stuff, and 2020, it was kind of a kind of a junky year, right? A shitty year, if you will. 2021, 2020, now it's kind of rolling into 2022, but it doesn't matter. If you're here, if you're listening, just make it happen. Make your dreams and put all that aside. We got to get through the health issues. I had them as well. But if you're here, then God's not done with you. There's obviously something more for you to accomplish, to get to. Your dreams aren't yet fulfilled. It's not your time, right? Your ticket's not pulled. So it all starts with personal discipline. This too long because I know everyone's in Steeler mode, but leave all the distractions daily. Leave them behind. We all have that same 24 hours. Use yours. Look, this is going to hurt, but sometimes you got to leave the sports behind. If you are going to miss your priorities, like I have certain things I got to get accomplished tonight before I want to watch the game. Yeah, I do want to watch it. It could be the final game. But if I don't get my stuff done first, my priorities come first. Not watching the guys that are making 20 million, which, I'm not making 20 million, but yet I'm going to lose 2, 3, 4 hours on that. So that's my message for tonight. In 2022, look, it's the third day of the year. Get on it, make it happen.